crypto market stalemate right now. We are stuck in a stalemate. All the key market drivers are at a critical juncture that the next move is going to decide how, the next couple of weeks play out here in October, and then how the last couple of months of 2023 are going to play out, which will be the setup for 2024 and ultimately how that's going to pan out. So where we're at right now in the charts is very critical for these market drivers like the dollar, like the bond yield, stocks, total crypto market cap, altcoins, Bitcoin, and then obviously taking a look at our favorite altcoins here, XRP, XLM, HBAR. So let's dive off straight into it with the bond yields right now. They're still overheated on the 1-day chart. We're waiting for that 1-day sell now signal and 2-day sell now signal, and we have a 3-day sell warning as well too. So if we can get that 1-day sell now, that's going to spill into the 2-day, then we'll get a sell now there, which will spill into the 3-day, which will get a sell now there, which looking back to November 9th of last year, that's when we ultimately rolled over. Because we could look at like the 2-day chart, look back to that point. Yeah, we had the sell now here, but then we popped up, bit came down. We could look at the 1-day chart and we could say, yeah, well, we had a sell now here and a sell now here, but we still went up. It's really when you can see multiple sell warnings, like a 3-day, 2-day, 1-day flash, and then you see the 1-day sell now come in, the 2-day sell now come in, and that's when you're getting closer to the utmost top. So we have one check mark as far as we have 3-day, 2-day, 1-day sell warnings, but now we need to wait for that 1-day sell now. That'll be our second check mark. 2-day sell now is our third, and then the 3-day sell now will be the nail in the coffin as far as just a cool off in the bond yields. Doesn't mean that they couldn't keep rapidly spiking. We're definitely in an environment we haven't seen in a very long time or haven't even seen before. So it's going to be tricky to say exactly what's going to happen. We can only look at what we got. And right now we do see that bond yields have overheated. We're starting to see momentum curl over, but until we see those sell nows, we can't ultimately say that we're going to have a pullback yet. We're looking at the weekly chart and wait for that TSI cross down, but the TSI is like kind of starting to kick up. So right now we still have more upside in those bond yields, but the 1-day, 2-day, 3-day sell nows will start to alleviate that hiccup. But yeah, so that's the bond yields. We're pressing up on the top band and we're starting to open up wide. We'll see how that pans out. But then let's look at the dollar, because the dollar is showing us a 1-day sell now. And that was confirmed. Covered that in the video yesterday. That the sell now was flashing. We were waiting for the candle close. We got it. We got the sell now. Then we had the buy now back here. So from July 24th with the buy now to October 5th with the sell now, that was like a span of 73 days. And usually it was like 55 days down and like 33 days up. 55 days down, 33 days up, 55 days down, but we're now doing more than 33 days, that's for sure. It's doubling now, going up. So maybe we're turning the tides. Maybe it's like around 55 to 70 days up for the dollar and then 30 days down. I think with this 1-day sell now flashing, then the 2-day sell warning here and getting close to flashing a sell now, not quite there yet. And then let's see if we have a 3-day on there. Nope, no 3-day. I think we might be ready for a little cool down in the dollar. And it's likely if we do, we're going to come down to 104.61, where on the 2-day chart that 200 moving average is. That seems like the level that we'd come back down to test. And that's going to be the point. Are we going to hold it, find more upside? And then looking to the left, that's where our support came in, then our resistance, and then our resistance, and then we got above, we held at support so far. So at this point, it's like, are we going to hold? Are we going to smash down through? Or we could hold and then bounce back up? So that remains to be unseen. First, we need to see how this 1-day sell now is going to play out. Keep in mind, it's Friday, October 6th, 3:55 a.m. So like we're nowhere close to like the markets opening up. So this could definitely change when we get closer to like 9 a.m. New York time. So that's where we're at. 1-day sell now coming in, that's great, but we need to see more of that momentum come down. But as you can see, I mean, we haven't seen this MACD red since back here late August, and it was only red for a tiny bit, and it was a fake breakdown to then a pop up and a continuation of the rally. We should have topped in the dollar around here, but we saw the forces that be reverse this back up and then keep chugging along. So now that we're seeing it again, maybe this could be the time. But if we see that stock RSI cross back up though, then now it's going to be another fake out, because as you can see, we crossed down, but then we went whoop, and then we pop back up. So it's going to be critical for this to smash down. That's for the dollar. For the stock market, we're holding up. We are holding up. We had a couple fake outs down here thinking that the floor was going to give. We held up. We have that 1-day prepare to buy soon. If we look at the bottom indicators here, we're seeing a cross up, stock RSI coming up through that 50 line, that's solid. Then if we look at the TSI, it's about to cross, that's solid. MACD's curling in. Today's gonna be a big day. Friday's gonna be a big day to see if we can get a nice rally up here, which will then flash the 1-day buy now signal, which we haven't seen since back here in January 9th of this year. So that will be solid as far as saving the day to avoid a stock market meltdown, which probably would not be good for crypto and all assets initially. So yeah, so solid so far. We're seeing a double bottom here. If we can come up, break above 14,900, it's likely we're going to come up to this 50 moving average around 15,125. And it's going to be critical for us to break up above there and then ultimately get back above like 15,500 from this high down to the low, 15,366. But if we take this whole move, yeah, it's 15,600 to ultimately get back above to then revisit potential all-time highs for the stock market over here. Then if we look at the total crypto market cap, and then we're going to go down, and then we're going to take a look at the signals here. So if I turn on the warning signals, we already got our 1-day buy now back here. We're above the 50 moving average on the daily chart, which is solid. If we do pull back down, I'm expecting 1.03 trillion to be that line in the sand that we need to hold above, because if we break down below it, we can see a trapdoor fall down to these breakdown extension levels. Because we have the 786 at that level, the 50 moving average, it served as a point of rejection once. When we broke below it, rejection, held as support. It's a key level, 50 moving average on the daily chart. And then we came up and we touched that 200 moving average, got rejected, and that was in line with the 786. So like I said, we're in a stalemate. You know, it could go like this until it breaks the 786. So until that point, it's going to be choppy. But if we get a clear-cut move up above that 786, hold that support, and we start to then take out that previous high, that's the time where the market is going to explode across the board, and there's going to be a lot of opportunity during that time to strike on. And I know you guys are looking to strike on it, so subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment so you can get updated with all these updates that we do. But if we break down from the 786 like this, we come up, get rejected, we start to curl over, we start to see that momentum down here start to curl over, then that's going to be an incredible short opportunity. You can play it both ways. So where we're at right now, so far so good. We're holding above the fib overlap zone. If we look at the momentum, we need to see this continue on higher. We're above the zero line, which is good on the 1-day chart, but we need to see some dark green pour in here so we can keep continuing up. If we look at the 2-day chart, we're starting to work our way up. We need to get above that zero line. If we look at the 3-day chart, we just crossed. And we have the 3-day buy now signal that flashed back here September 28th when everybody was calling that it was going to break down. So where we're at right now, we're seeing the 50 moving average, 200 moving average kind of right at the same level as well too. So getting above 1.13 trillion is going to be the holy grail of us kicking up into a massive run here. And get above there, come back down, hold that support, and start to work our way up with momentum. Get ready. Then let's look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart is crossing up with that stock RSI. If we can get above that 50 line, have that TSI cross up MACD come in, and we can go and roar on another rally. You know, we could be at a moment like, if we compare it to the past runs, you know, October, September of over here, or it could be in May-ish if we're comparing it. But yeah, I would say we've had more of a steeper correction than last time. So if we can see that cross up in the TSI, get back above that zero line, that's going to save us. And then getting above that 1.13 trillion is going to be crucial, because that's also where the 1 week 200 moving average is. And like I said, we're in that stalemate, holding that 50 1 week, getting rejected by that 200. So until we break one, it's going to be choppy. So prepare for that. Then if we look at the 12-hour chart, because that's going to close pretty soon here, the momentum is coming down. Momentum's coming down right now. I'd like to see us curl in quickly. Let's look at the 6-hour chart to see if we're starting to wane. 6-hour chart needs to not cross below that zero line. We need to see the TSI cross up above the zero line for more continuation. If we start to see this, you know, the red go down, the green starting to come, the dark red in the MACD, we're going to see some downside today. So that's what I'm watching. And really the 4-hour chart, I think the void lines are squeezing tight here. Squeezing tight. We're getting above this 21 moving average right here. So 1.063 trillion. And that's where the 50 moving average is as well too. So holding above there is going to be key. And then coming up and smashing above 1.07 trillion will bring us higher to retest the highs that we put back earlier October 2nd. But if we break down from this 1.054 trillion, then it's very likely we're coming down to 1.03 trillion. And it's likely we're going to see that move today. Total altcoin market cap, we're starting to hold up. We need to get above 330 billion and ultimately 335 billion for a more substantial move up to 350 billion. And at that point, if we break above there, then we're good to go. But until then, it's going to be choppy and you're going to see outliers. like AVAX. We call that AVAX in the Discord. Join the Discord, link is in the bio. But as you can see, we're holding this 786 from this low to the high, came down. We are holding that 786 and we can come back up here, press up above 330 billion. Then we're good for continuation back up. No, I'm sorry, this high down to the low. We broke above the 786, held a support, got above this level, ripped up to the 1618 extension, came back down and held this. So if we can break above that level, we'll give another shot up here. So then let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin at 27,644 right now and getting above 28,000, holding as support, especially on a weekly candle, will be massive. So by Sunday, you want to hope that we're above 28K because that will get us on the weekly chart above the 200 moving average. It will have the TSI cross up, stock RSI cross up, and we'll have a nice green bullish candle coming in. Then we have this trend line resistance coming down like that, and then we'll really start to fire up and we can retest 30,000. If we don't and we break down from the point over here, we break down from like 27,300, we're likely coming back down to 26.7K, and that's going to be the point we need to hold. We need to hold that level. If we look at the 12-hour chart, 12-hour chart's crossing down, but MACD is still trying to keep it alive. If by 8 a.m., so in 3 hours and 55 minutes, we can see a nice dark green coming on the MACD and us come up here, we're going to see a good pump today. Because as you can see, we have the 50 moving average coming up, 21 moving average coming up. We have the red coming down like this, so we're going to see a convergence. And then we have this trend line like that. We're seeing a convergence and it ends actually on Sunday. A couple days here and we're going to see a massive move. XRP right now, it's at 0.5197. It does look like it might show momentum to the downside. If we take this low to the high up here, we have the 786 at 0.5152, and that's the key level we need to hold above. I do think we might see a little pop down this morning, but then ultimately by the time markets open up, hopefully we can recover off of it. So it does look like we might pull down one and then maybe we can do something like that. So keep an eye on that this morning. And then XRP to Bitcoin sitting at a key micro 786 right now. And then if we look at XLM, it needs to hold that 0.11. If not, we're going to see like 0.10 to 0.099, because usually XLM, like I said in that video, sees a capitulation down before just ultimately ripping back up. We do have the 1 day 200 moving average acting as support right there, and the void lines as well too. Then H-bar definitely needs to hold where it's at as well. I actually am releasing a H-bar price predictions for 2024. I cover this level where we're at. Same with XLM. I cover it, so you guys will see that today. But yeah, where we're at is key at 0.048. If we break that, it's likely we're going to come to 0.044 or 0.043. But ultimately, I do think that would be the bottom, because we have this low to this high up here, which the 786 is right at that 0.046 level, 0.046. But we do have a long entry tag flashing on the 1 day chart. We have the 1 day buy now back here. Let's look at the 2 day chart. We have a 2 day prepare to buy soon back here. We're still waiting for that 2 day buy now. Once that comes in, we're good to rally, but until then, I'm going to hold off. Well, I'm not going to do anything because the bot's going to take the trade for us. But this is what I'm watching, and I'm presenting to you guys 2 day prepare to buy soon, waiting for those cross ups, and then likely H-bar bottom is in, and we'll likely see a quick rapid move out of that. So that's H-bar, and where we're at is the micro 786. We're seeing some nice green come in. If we look at the 12-hour chart, we are starting to see the MACD start to flip to white and start to curl in. If we look at the 6-hour chart, we're starting to curl in. We have prepare to buy soon's lower time frame, so we could see H-bar hold and have a nice pop today up to around 5 cents, and then potentially up to 0.505. That's just a little micro day trade we're looking at, just a 4% move. But in the bigger picture, like where we're at is a key level. So you want to see H-bar hold. If it doesn't, it's likely we're going to come down just 10% max, but not too much here. If it does, shit, that's going to be an incredible buying opportunity. But I think that would only come in with a catalyst, a negative thing that comes out, black swan, whatever it may be. So we're going to be watching the streets and the tweets to see if anything worrisome is popping up or a narrative is building. So join the Discord, link is in the bio, because we're going to keep people updated with that in real time as we see it. Besides that, you guys got the levels, you know where we're at. We're at a key juncture here, a stalemate. Till we see one of those sides break, it's going to get choppy. But we are seeing a couple good signs with those market drivers as far as those starting to pull back a bit, and then we're seeing some good signs in the stock market, the total crypto market cap so far, Bitcoin trying to show some signs of life here. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.